All right, USG, welcome back, fam. How is everybody? Hope everybody's good. We are in the middle of October, and we've had these garlic bulbs for about 3 weeks. We've been waiting for material so we can go ahead and put these bulbs in the ground, and I am still waiting for my blood meal to come in. According to FedEx, it is going to be arriving today. So we are going to be separating these bulbs today, and hopefully maybe we'll start planting these garlic bulbs today. If not, we will definitely be planting them in tomorrow. Beds are prepped, most of them. I definitely have 2 of the beds prepped in the front. I have maybe 3 beds prepped in the back garden. I have 4 beds prepped in the back garden, but one of them I'm definitely not using. So what we have here, let's get a little bit close, is actually the garlic bulbs. We already know that. I'll show you how I separate those, maybe 1 or 2. Definitely a lot of videos in YouTube, including one of mine on how to separate those. The materials that I am going to be using here is the blood meal, which is not, unfortunately, here. So I apologize. Bone meal. I am not attached to any brand at all. Nobody here is sponsoring me. Nobody knows me from a hole in the wall. I am nobody here on YouTube trying to grow, but here we are. This one from Greenview. I honestly just go to any big box store and see what's on sale, and this is what I get. This one is leftover from last year. I have a different brand that I caught on Walmart. This here for $5. It's actually a 13, I think, or it might be 10. Quarter for $5, 40 pounds. It's out there. Ain't nobody lifting that. Perlite from Miracle Grow, because my beds were amended with compost from New York City sanitation. Shout out to them from Staten Island. So we got to put in some perlite so we can get some aeration and also some drainage. So we just mix this in with everything else in here on the top layers. And what we are going to be using to put all of this to bed is some hamster bedding. Yes, because it is the cheapest right now, and it still was way too damn expensive. This I got on Amazon for, I think it was $12.99. We bought 4 bags, and we are going to stretch it. So last year I did the same thing, because if I go with hay or straw, at this point people are asking way too much for that, or even, what is it, garden straw, garden bedding, whatever it is that people are calling it at this point. They want an arm and a leg. I mean, I'm seeing out there 30, 40, it's ridiculous. So we ain't even going to discuss that. I think that this was way too much anyways. Here we go. The garden marker, because we know that we need tags for all our stuff, and we use Ziploc bags here because when we separate them, we label them. We put the biggest cloves in here before we even go into the garden. I call this day 1. Because it gets lengthy. Right now we are, what is today? October 19th is a Sunday. It's still early in the morning. Like I said, there's a possibility that I can go out there and plant some of these, and there's a possibility that I might not. We are expecting showers today in the night. The beds are wet because of the showers that we have been receiving already, but I may or may not plant them. It is going to be high 70s today. It's going to be mid or low 60s tomorrow. So I still can go and plant out tomorrow. Our first expected frost date is October 31st, so Halloween. So I still have time to get these out there. I usually plant them October 1st, so technically for me, for my usual stuff, I'm late, but I'm still good. I do have a lot to go through, so I might do it tomorrow. If you haven't watched any of my videos and you're new to me, I get my garlic bulbs from M.I. Gardner. This is his pamphlet on how to plant them out. He is amazing. Gives you a lot of information, as you can see there, at mygardener.com. If you go over there, he might still have some left over, or he might be completely sold out. He put these out in September. But we are going to go ahead and get cracking. I'm going to get me a nice little seat and show you guys how I do one or two of these bulbs and my, wrap around this. And like I said, I might plant them out today. If not, come back for day 2, which for you guys will be the same video. All right, so we're back. All right, so my process is pretty much fairly easy, and I have a lot of work here cut out. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go with, everybody's favorite. My process is going to be, I should have a garbage can here next to me, but I don't for whatever reason. I'm gonna go with green. If you guys know me, I like to, make the garden colorful and like label tag. I'm gonna have to buy like a new box of these because I'm running out of the colors, but this year we're gonna go with green for the garlic. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just pull out a few of these. I don't think I have, it looks like a lot, but I don't think it's, a lot. It looks very overwhelming. These size are pint. I think that's a decent size. One of these is already open, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull out a bag. This is very easy. Anybody can do this. I have a video already up on the channel from last year. If you want to watch that, I am behind on editing, so I apologize. Music is the one that's known by everybody. Everybody sorts out music. For whatever reason, I did order one bulb of each variety from My Gardener, but he did state, I think it was on the receipt, that they did come out small. I do agree, so he did send 2 bulbs of this variety. So really what I do on the tag is I write the name literally, and I'll put an H, literally just like that. My chicken scratch, I'll put an H, and if it's S, it means soft. And this is fairly easy. It's a hard neck because this is hard, and soft neck if it's a soft neck. The way that I like to do it is I try to break the neck. That's the easiest way. I find that to get into the bulbs, hard necks are easier because you have the hard neck to assist you, and then you can see the cloves literally separating from that hard neck. Once you break that neck, my nails are crap, but you can see the bulbs literally just coming off. And then that's the way that I do it. Hopefully you can see that. And there goes the neck. From this one, from this bulb right here, even though they were small, I seem to get, got is the better word. These 2 are pretty decent size. And from this bulb, I got 1, 2, 3, that's 5. I got 6 cloves. You can see them right there. Not too shabby. I think that 4 out of the 6 cloves, these 4 are pretty decent size. So I can't complain. What I like to do is, and other YouTubers do the same, obviously you plant your biggest cloves because that's what's going to give you the bigger heads. And then the smaller cloves, this one is giving me an issue. My psoriasis does not help with my psoriatic arthritis in my joints. But you plant your bigger cloves so you can get your bigger harvest. Oh my God, this one's huge. You plant your bigger cloves so you can get your bigger heads for the following year. And your smaller cloves, what you do is you can plant some like in your green stalk or in a pot and use them as, you know, green garlic. This one's big. I got 4, but look at this. This one, wow. This one's going to be promising for next year. So we installed a new raised bed this year, and we fully filled it with NYC sanitation compost, literally. So I hope that we get good garlic. We got a good harvest this year. When we were drying it out in the process, we did lose some, but it was because they were like smaller. And then this is what it's going to look like towards the end. And this little baggie, I just Ziploc it because obviously I don't want them to mess up. Now, do note that the only way that I do this is because I know that I am going to get ready to plant it either today or tomorrow. Don't do this ahead of time and leave it there for a week, 2 weeks, because I promise you, you'll lose your garlic. So, yeah, and you see, and then I have the mess. So I need to get my garbage in because if not, then I will have a mess. So do have a garbage can next to you because if not, you will have a big mess. I'm going to put this to the side because I want to do one more with you guys on camera, and then I will do everything else off camera. So this one here is Russian red. I did get a lot of hardnecks this year. I tend to get a lot of hardnecks, not a lot of softnecks, but I like to get not an equal share. I don't get a half C's, but I try to get at least a 3/4 to, you know, the rest. And then we do garlic butter and we freeze it. This year, what I did with my harvest was we pureed it and we freezed it in ice cubes. So I'm very happy with what we did this year. This one, oh my God. If you watch my unboxings, you already know what these guys look like. Oh, did you hear the snap of that? Jeez. So now I get to put my finger in here. I have no strength, but look at that. That's one. Oh my God, this one's massive. That's 2. We have 3. Let's get the neck out. And, you know, if you try to leave as much of the paper as possible, I know sometimes it comes off. Like right now, you see, that came off. I'm still going to plant that because that looked like it was twins, but I had to separate it. I'm still going to plant it. I've seen, you know, gardeners that I follow, they say, listen, as long as most of it is on there, it is what it is, you'll be fine. But like that one, if I left it together, like I don't know if it would have like given me what I wanted it to give me. But 3/4 of the paper, whoops, is still on there, so I'm gonna go for it. All right, so look at how massive. I'm gonna show it to you guys by itself. Look at how massive this one is by itself. I mean, that's ridiculous. So this bulb gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 huge cloves. 2 of them were like kind of fused together, so I had to take them apart. So just because it's missing 1/4 of its paper, we'll see its viability. Again, like I said, I've seen people do it before and they haven't had a problem, so I'm not worried. Your garden, you do your experiments, you'll be surprised. Never denote anything, never, not experiment. Don't ever stop experimenting, because you know what happens is you end up throwing something out, or you end up using it in the kitchen, never giving it a chance to grow, and for all you know, that'll be the one that produces and gives you an abundance. So what I'm going to do now off camera is finish off all of these. I also have saffron here. The saffron in my garden did produce, did grow. I did not harvest it, by the way, because I wanted it to, like, kind of asparagus. I wanted it to just bloom and root down and keep all of that energy to produce, what is this, crocuses, I don't know if I pronounced that right. They say I'm fluent English, Spanish, but whatever, I mix both of them. So I left the flowers and the little saffrons on there. I am going to be planting these because the corns or crocuses, whatever it is that you call it, saffron ones that I have out there, those are from Amazon. The saffrons that I got from Emma Gardner last year are no longer with us. So these I'm going to be planting in the same bed that I have outside, and I'm going to be also putting some of this hamster bedding, which is pine, on top of them and overwintering them. I know that I've read somewhere that you're supposed to like dig them up and all this. Listen, I'm not doing that. I'm not going into that. I am more of the non-lazy kind of whatever gardener. So I'm just gonna heavy mulch them if I can, if I have enough of this bedding over here. And I'm gonna just put a layer on them, plant them, and we're gonna go from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this off camera, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Second part of this video, which will be attached to this, would be planting them and showing you what it looks like towards the end. So stay tuned. All right, so it's all said and done. Took me about an hour and change. Well, maybe under an hour. I don't know. I wasn't timing myself. So they're back in the original box, as you can see. So all the little Ziploc baggies are here. This is hardneck. I can't tell you how many varieties I have, but definitely you can see that the hardneck box is more full than the soft neck. So like I stated, you know, don't leave them here for too long. If you do this method, definitely this is for either planting the same day or definitely the next. Still waiting on the blood meal, but I have gotten a text that they're definitely delivering it soon. Didn't have much casualty. The saffron, I left it here. I just have to make a tag. No, I don't have to make a tag for it because I have a tag already outside. Didn't have much casualties. The only ones were pretty much these that looked good. The only reason why I kept them was obviously because they peeled and they looked good for consumption. I did have some that were in the rotting phase because, like I said, I got these at the end of September and it is October 19th, so they're almost a month old. So once it comes to that, am I a little upset that they started decomposing? Yeah, just a little bit. They're also organic, so they're not sprayed with anything. So, I mean, this is me saying, do I know this is a stamp sealed? I don't know. So I was a little bit upset to see a little decomposing of some cloves, but you know, it is what it is. I can't say expected, but kind of expected because the same thing happened to me last year. But I did plant them a little earlier last year, a little quicker, but this time I waited a little longer. So, I mean, it is what it is, but that's also because I didn't have the stuff that I needed in hand. I wasn't as prepared as I needed to be, but I digress. Still waiting on the blood meal. Once the blood meal comes in, I will throw all my amendments on the top couple layers, work it in a few couple of inches, and then we will start pushing in the cloves. We will show you that process once we're there. It'll be part 2 for you guys, but attached to this video. See you then.
All right, so day 2 of garlic planting, October 20th. So exactly the day after we separated the garlic, we are in the garden. We don't have the mic on, so audio hopefully matches. If not, it'll be a little off, which is fine. So we're gonna attach a little, mini garden tour here. It's a little mess, but it's still going. No fall gardening. My fall gardening is still the summer plants because they are still thriving. My tomato plants decided to pump out tomatoes in mid-October, so we're letting it. Here we have the cucamelons, which are harvesting themselves because they're just too much to go. We are in the middle of a little rainstorm, whatever you want to call it. So it's very windy, but hopefully it doesn't pick it up. So that's the cucamelons, and we're just gonna go through everything really quickly as I show you what we're gonna do with the garlic, which is pretty much what I do every year. The other all-purpose fertilizer came through. I think this is the 13 no, actually this is 10 as well, but this one is also from Walmart and it was for $5. I think I have another bag coming. It was supposed to come the same day, but for whatever reason they lost it, so it should be coming today. We have the blueberry bushes as well, the raspberry bushes there. They were cut down completely and they grew back, which is good, but they are traveling, as you can see there. So one of the beds where we're going to be putting the garlic, which is the usual, is right here and right there. The new bed also that we built last year, we put garlic over here in the U bed, but we're not going to be doing that this year because it doesn't get much sun, and we know that garlic needs a sun. Hopefully you guys can hear me because we have an airplane going over. We have pots here with echinacea. The pots here where you see the garlics, that is, oh my god, I'm blanking out, peonies, and those are dormant. So we separated already, that you saw in the first part of the video, the hard necks and the soft necks, and I'm thinking about planting the soft necks in the beds in the front garden, in the front of the house. So we'll see if I can get the hard necks in these 3 beds. Perfect. We have the pine, which is hamster or small animal, bedding. That's what we're going to use to cover up. The perlite, which I said we're going to use for aeration and drainage. My stuff, because I use gloves. And then the amendments, the blood meal that I was waiting for, tiny ass bag, but here it is. Bone meal, the other fertilizer, which is also 1010, the other bed where we're going to be planting into. I found a bag of worm casting, which I guess I had from last year or the year prior. Gonna be throwing that in because why not. We're going to be using this, I don't know if that's a hoe, I think. We're going to be using that to mix in the amendments into the first couple of inches, and then moving along. This is the new bed, so we're probably going to have complications with that years coming. It is nice and deep, which is good. This is the same bed that I have in the front garden, and she's amazing. She's nice and big, but the problem with that is that we literally packed it close to one of my Vigo beds, and harvesting is probably going to be an issue, but we're just going to deal with it because you guys know my backyard is not that big. But we have these are the determinate tomatoes. So we had an issue with tomatoes this year, going bad, going disease, going everything, and I cut them down. I cut them down to suckers, and look at them. Ending of the year, October 20th, and some of them have disease, but look at those tomatoes. Now, I don't expect them to go red on the vine, obviously, because we are going to be hit with frost probably soon. We already have some nights that are going into the 40s, and you know, it is what it is, but they are growing. And you know, they have some things true to size. Look at the eggplants. We have some eggplants. These things are still with flowers. And there's an eggplant there. Insane. Mosquitoes as well. That's the circle bed over there. As we circle over here, we have the saffron. They did flower. And like I said, I let them die off, because I wasn't going to harvest them. I'm trying to let them concentrate on the worms. This is the indeterminate tomato bed. I did the same thing. Cut them down to suckers. They are obviously dying, as you can see, but they have tomatoes that are still attached to them. Nice big clusters. We harvested some already, but the clusters on these things are huge. Amazing. Like, my tomatoes were backwards. This is mushroom basket, and we harvested like 3 huge ones out of this. Look at this. We are heavy posters on Instagram, so follow us over there so you can see like the big harvest from these guys. Basil as well. We dehydrated a lot of basil, a lot of thyme out of this little small plastic raised bed. And these are our chives. This chive has been in here, I think, for like about 3 years. And the thyme is beautiful. Our pepper plants are still in. I was able to take out, for the first time, I'm gonna try this. My husband has been very adamant on making sure that I do it. And I took out 2 ajís cucucha, or ajís dulce in the you know, Hispanic Puerto Rican language. And we have them inside. We're going to try to perennialize or winterize 2 pepper plants. I might do it with other ones. We will see, so stay tuned. I'll take you guys along. But we have taken out, I mean, look at this. This is fully loaded. We have taken out so many peppers from this bed, and they are still fully loaded. We have had nights out here in the high 40s, and they're still kicking. They still have flowers. They still have plenty of peppers on them, but we're going to be harvesting them soon, because we know peppers don't like 40s. And according to what I have asked Alexa, our expected frost date is October 31st, which is Halloween. So we will see. And besides, it's about time to put the garden to rest. So we will see. But I'll show you that as it goes. But we're gonna harvest. We're gonna concentrate on what we're here for. Just wanted to give you guys, you know, a quick mini tour of what's going on here. But this is what we have. I'm going to put in all the amendments to these 3 beds, and then I will bring you guys in to show you what I'm going to be doing with the garlic. So after maybe about half an hour, 45 minutes, beds are prepped. I prepped 3 of them. I'm hopeful that this should be enough. I put everything away because, like I said, hopeful these 3 beds will be enough. The garlic in the bags don't look like it'll be much to go to the front garden, but keep fingers crossed. Let's see. So I'm gonna start planting now. I'm gonna be starting with the new bed, and then we'll go to these over here. They look good because all the perlite is making it look pretty. So let's go ahead and start with the big bed over here, because it's easier, because it's really tall. We're gonna start with the hard neck. So what I pulled out first is elephant garlic. I'm debating on labeling it on the top and then going down, or just labeling it at the bottom, but I think I'm going to go ahead and label here. I'm only going to show you guys this ones, because, like, you know, why bother showing this a couple of times. It looks like this one lost its complete shell while it was here, so we are going to put this in our pocket and use that for cooking. So that's one less. You know, I show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Hopefully you guys can hear me because we have like 21 miles per hour wind. So this is the bottom. This is what you want to push down to the soil. Some people have dibblers and they make holes with the dibblers. I pretty much push it because I've already loosened up the soil that I can do that. So what I am going to pretty much do is you take the bottom, like I said, this is going to go to the bottom. This is where the roots are going to be coming out of, and this is where the shoots are going to be coming up from. I literally just take it, go a couple of inches down. I usually see my knuckles go down, push it, and there you go. I usually like to leave the hole there, so like that I know where that, you know, where I just put a bulb in, and then I just move down. I come and grab my next one. I don't do like spacings, honestly. I just follow my heart, and then I come down to the next one right here, and these are elephant garlic that I'm planting, so I hope for them to get pretty big. So that is pretty much as much spacing as I'm going to give them. I have this, I think this is not celery. Well, it looks like celery, so it might be celery. My husband tasted it. I don't think he liked the taste. So it might be parsley. I have the slightest idea. So because I have this here, I'm going to put a third one right about here and see what happens. So by what I see here, I'm going to end up with 2 rows of elephant garlic. The next one, we are going to probably space it right here. And then I try to mirror my spacings. And this one is tiny, but like I said, I try to mirror my spacings, and that is for elephant garlic. So I'm going to do the same thing for all of them, and I'll bring you guys back to show you what it all looks like when I put everything to bed. All right, so, and just like that, I have 3.5 beds here in the backyard planted. These are only the hard necks. The soft necks are going to be going in the front garden. Overestimated, I guess, what I have. You can go and look at the soft necks in Instagram, Facebook, wherever. You can go follow us over there. I'm running out of light, so this is where we are going to end the video. So we covered up the beds with the hamster bedding, which is pine. Over here I never put anything, or I used to put stuff, but the raspberry kind of overgrows, so it overshadows the stuff over here. So this year I'm kind of gonna be smart and not plant anything there, or at least anything that is going to overshadow and not get any sun. So I kind of stopped myself there, kind of losing space, which kind of sucks. But my husband wants to remove the raspberries, but we gotta wait till they kind of die back. So that's where my headspace is right now. But this is all the heart neck. It has been put to bed. So the ending of 2025 season and the beginning of 2026. So we are hopeful. Let's wish them well, and now we are looking forward to ripping all of this out. So we also did put some bedding on the saffron and planted the 10 corms that I got. So hopefully next year we will get more. But you guys know what to do. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we will see you guys on the other videos. See you guys on the other instas and socials as well. Bye.